Abandoned starship nobody wanted, humanity rebuilt it into the ultimate power. Among those daring few was the human salvage ship Odyssey, piloted by Captain Alara Voss, a woman known for her relentless determination and fearless streak. Humanity was young in the galactic stage, and most alien races considered them weak, untested, and easy to dismiss. Alara's crew had been sent to survey derelict ships for possible salvage contracts. Most of the time, they found junk, broken transporters, empty freighters, or vessels long stripped of valuable materials. But today, the sensors on the Odyssey blinked with something unusual, a massive object floating in a silent orbit around an unremarkable star. "Captain," said First Officer Rylan, scanning the readings, "you're not going to believe this. The ship, it's enormous, and it's ancient. Technology level, far beyond anything we've ever seen." Alara leaned over the console, her green eyes narrowing as she analyzed the data. "How far beyond our tech?" she asked. "Far enough that every record we have fails to explain it. It's not human. Not any alien we've cataloged. It's alone," Rylan replied, his voice tinged with awe. The ship was truly massive, longer than a city block, with strange geometric structures along its hull that glimmered faintly under the distant starlight. Even in its current derelict state, the ship radiated power. The humans could feel it even from a distance. "Other ships avoid it," noted the engineer Myra, staring at the scanners. "Several unknown fleets have passed through here. They all left immediately. No one wants it." Alara's lips curved into a faint smile. "Then it's ours. Nobody wanted it. We'll take it home." Her crew exchanged nervous glances. The ship had not just been abandoned, it was avoided. Even the word "cursed" appeared on some old alien data logs. But humans had a stubborn streak unlike any other species. Where others saw danger, humans saw opportunity. The approach to the derelict ship was tense. Sensors flickered inconsistently, giving incomplete readings of the vessel's hull integrity. Debris floated lazily around the outer edges, hinting at battles or failures long forgotten. "Prepare boarding drones," Alara commanded. "We're going inside, but carefully. I want scans of every corridor, every chamber. Take nothing we don't need, but don't leave anything behind." Rylan tapped the controls. "Drones deployed, entering now. Wait, Captain, there's a signal. Weak, fragmented. Some kind of energy signature inside the ship. It's alive. Maybe AI core, maybe defense systems." Alara's brow furrowed. "Alive or dangerous, it doesn't matter. We proceed. If someone or something wants to stop us, we'll deal with it." The boarding drones entered the ship's massive hull. The interior was dark, silent, and strangely pristine considering its age. Hallways stretched farther than any human ship could hold. Panels of unknown material glimmered faintly, as if remembering their long-lost purpose. Myra whispered as she watched the feed. "It's incredible, nothing like this exists in our databases. The architecture, it's alive." The ship was built to think, maybe to adapt. Whoever built this, they didn't just make a vessel, they made a living machine. Rylan shook his head. "Then why leave it here? Why abandon something this powerful?" Alara didn't answer immediately. She knew the answer would come soon enough. Humans had a way of making the impossible theirs. The first major discovery came in the ship's central core chamber. The hull glowed faintly with dormant power circuits. Massive conduits ran along the walls, carrying energy that pulsed with a slow, almost heartbeat-like rhythm. At the center was a massive core, like a crystalline engine, fractured but intact. "It's still functioning, just barely," Myra said, her fingers flying over the control interface of the drones. "We could, if we're careful, reactivate it." Alara's excitement was barely contained. "Do it, slowly, every step counts. This is the ship no one wanted, but we can fix it. We can make it ours." As the humans continued scanning, a faint signal pulsed from the core. A voice, artificial yet intelligent, hummed in fragments. Words came broken, but a pattern emerged. Warnings, perhaps, or protocol. Ryland translated the fragments. "It's saying something like unauthorized access, repair only by rightful operator, caution." Alara laughed softly. "Well, I'm unauthorized, but we're going to be the operators it never had. Humanity fixes things no one else can." The salvage team had a choice. They could leave the ship, take what materials they could, and move on. Every other species would have done exactly that, but humans weren't like that. Alara gave the order. "We're bringing her home. Prepare the tow system. This ship is coming to Earth." The crew murmured anxiously. Towing a ship of this magnitude was risky. It could take months, and alien scouts were not far behind, but humans were nothing if not persistent. As the Odyssey latched its magnetic tethers to the massive derelict, strange energy pulses from the core reverberated through the tow cables. The ship seemed to recognize them, awakening slowly like a giant stretching after centuries of sleep. "Sensors are reading unusual energy spikes," Myra warned. "It's responding to us. Something is happening inside." Alara grinned. "Good, that's exactly what I wanted. If she's alive, she knows humans are here." Almost immediately, the humans attracted attention. A small alien scouting vessel appeared on the outer edge of the system. Its triangular hull shimmered with defensive energy fields. "Captain," Ryland said tensely, "you have company. They're not happy." Alara didn't flinch. "Let them look. They don't understand humans. They think we give up. We don't." The alien vessel sent a warning signal: "Leave the ship. Abandon it. Humanity has no claim here." Alara's voice was calm but firm. "We see it differently. We take what others fear. We build what others can't. This ship is ours." The alien hesitated, likely confused by the human's audacity. Most species would have left immediately, but humans were persistent. They did not back down when the odds were against them. As the Odyssey began its long tow home, strange things started happening aboard the abandoned starship. Systems flickered on. Lights hummed softly, strange holographic interfaces appeared, and corridors lit with pale blue energy. The ship seemed to breathe, to awaken under human guidance. Myra was at the console, her hands moving faster than thought. "The ship, it's learning from us, adapting to our commands. This is impossible." Alara smiled, looking at the slowly coming to life ship. "Nothing is impossible when it's humans at the helm." But the journey was not without danger. The alien scouts shadowed them at every turn. Occasionally, they tried to interfere, sending waves of energy to disrupt the tow. Each time, Alara and her crew used clever maneuvers, evading the attacks without exposing the ship to unnecessary damage. Every step of the way, they learned more about the alien technology embedded in the hull. By the end of Part 1, the Odyssey and the abandoned starship were moving steadily toward human-controlled space. Humanity had taken what others avoided, and the ship was beginning to respond to their ingenuity. Captain Alara Voss stood on the bridge looking at the slowly glowing ship. "No one wanted her," she whispered, "but we did, and we will make her ours." For the first time, the humans felt the thrill of true possibility. The ship no one else wanted was awakening under their hands. Humanity was about to show the galaxy what courage, intelligence, and persistence could achieve. The journey back to Earth was long, but for Captain Alara Voss and her crew aboard the Odyssey, it was only the beginning. The abandoned starship, now tethered behind them, seemed almost alive. Its hull glimmered faintly under the distant starlight, as if aware that humans had claimed it. Each day, the ship revealed tiny hints of its true potential: hidden energy cores, dormant sensor arrays, and corridors that seemed to respond to the crew's presence. On Earth, the news of the discovery had sparked excitement and unease. Humanity had never claimed such advanced technology before, and many doubted that a derelict alien ship could be salvaged at all. At the orbital shipyards, engineers and scientists gathered to study the starship. The scale of the task was staggering. The vessel was massive, larger than any human station, and its technology was entirely unknown. Alien glyphs lined the walls, pulsing faintly as if the ship remembered its past. Dr. Myra Solis, the lead engineer, stepped aboard with her team. "Captain, this is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. These systems are modular, but the design is beyond our understanding. It's not just a ship, it's a fortress, a living machine, and perhaps even a weapon of unimaginable power." Alara's eyes sparkled with determination. "Then we'll make it ours. Every part, every system. Whatever we can learn, we'll master. Humanity doesn't back down from a challenge." The first step was simple in theory but nearly impossible in practice: reactivate the ship's core systems. The energy core had been damaged, fractured from years of neglect. Attempts to reconnect the conduits to Earth's power grids caused sparks, alarms, and several near disasters. Engineers worked tirelessly, improvising with human technology to stabilize the alien systems. Every day was a struggle. "Core output is fluctuating," Myra reported one evening. "We need to balance the energy flow manually. Otherwise, we risk destroying the ship." Alara nodded, pacing the observation deck. "Then we balance it. We'll adapt just like we always do. This ship has waited long enough. It's our turn." The team worked around the clock. Humans were unlike any alien race in their persistence. While the aliens would have given up at the first sign of danger, humans adjusted, innovated, and tried again. As the starship slowly came to life, strange incidents began to occur. Holographic interfaces flickered on unexpectedly, showing fragments of alien symbols. Hallways lit up as if greeting the crew. It became clear that the ship was not just mechanical, it was semi-sentient. "Captain," Ryland said, studying a monitor, "the ship is watching us, learning from us. The systems adjust themselves when we make changes. It's like it's testing us, seeing if we're capable." Alara smiled. "Then it's about to learn something new. Humans don't just survive challenges, we master them." But not everyone in the galaxy was pleased. Alien factions that had previously avoided the ship began to notice human activity. At first, it was reconnaissance, drones appearing near Earth's orbit, scanning the ship. Then came interference, small energy pulses designed to disrupt the reactivation process. "They're trying to sabotage us," Myra said, frustration clear in her voice. "They think we can't handle this technology." "Let them try," Alara said calmly. "Every time they attack, we learn more. Every time we adapt, we grow stronger. They underestimate humans, always a mistake." The aliens made their first direct attack during a routine systems test. Energy pulses struck the hull, causing alarms to blare throughout the shipyard. Earth's defense drones responded, but the aliens' technology was more advanced than anything humans had encountered before. Ryland's fingers flew over the console. "We can't fight them head-on. They'll crush our drones." Alara's mind raced. "Then we don't fight head-on. Use the ship systems. Activate the energy dampers. Focus on mobility. They'll expect resistance. They won't expect intelligence." The crew executed the plan. Using the partially repaired ship systems, they rerouted power to stabilizers, causing the alien pulses to misfire. The aliens, confused and frustrated, withdrew after sustaining minor losses. "Not bad for a human crew," Myra said with a grin. "Maybe there's hope after all." Alara's gaze remained on the massive hull of the starship. "Hope is just the beginning. Mastery is the goal." Over the following weeks, humanity continued to rebuild the ship piece by piece. Every system they repaired revealed new potential. Shields glowed with faint energy, sensors became responsive, and engines began humming softly. Humans combined alien technology with their own designs, creating hybrid systems that even the original builders could not have anticipated. "Look at this," Myra said one day, pointing to a holographic display. "By linking our propulsion system with the ship's core engines, we can achieve speeds no one in known space has ever reached. Near-light travel could become routine for humans." Alara nodded. "And that's just the start. We're not here to imitate others. We're here to surpass them. The ship itself seemed to respond to human ingenuity. Doors opened automatically for engineers, systems predicted their needs, and diagnostic errors corrected themselves. It became clear that the ship recognized humans as worthy operators. "It's almost like it trusts us," Ryland said in awe. "No other species has ever activated it. We're rewriting history." However, the rebuilding process was not without internal challenges. Many humans aboard the Odyssey grew impatient, exhausted from long shifts and constant danger. Conflicts flared among crew members, each one pushing the limits of stress and fear. Alara had to remind them of what was at stake. "This isn't just a ship," she told them firmly. "This is humanity's chance to show the galaxy who we are. We don't quit. We don't fail. We adapt, we learn, and we rise. Every setback is an opportunity." Her words had effect. Humans worked harder, smarter, and more creatively than ever before. They discovered weak points in the alien systems, then reinforced them. They studied alien energy conduits and invented ways to use them to generate more power than initially intended. It was not long before the first major breakthrough occurred. With the core stabilized and most of the systems operational, the ship's defensive shields activated for the first time. Energy rippled across the hull like liquid light, strong enough to withstand attacks that would have destroyed smaller ships. "Captain," Ryland said, awe in his voice, "the shields, they're responding to our neural patterns. They react to human thought. It's like the ship anticipates our moves." Alara's grin widened. "Exactly. Humans don't just react, we think ahead, we adapt. That's why no one else could make this ship theirs." Word of humanity's progress began to spread across the galaxy. Rival alien factions convened secret meetings, debating whether to intervene. Some saw humans as a nuisance. Others feared the implications of a single species mastering technology centuries beyond them. The next challenge came sooner than expected. A fleet of alien vessels appeared at the edge of Earth's solar system. This was no mere scouting party. They intended to destroy the ship before humans could complete their work. "Captain," Myra said, alarmed, "we're outnumbered, they'll overwhelm us." Alara's eyes narrowed. "Outnumbered, perhaps outwitted. Never prepare the ship for defense. Not with brute force strategy. Precision. That's how humans win." The alien fleet fired the first volleys, energy beams streaking across space. The Odyssey's drones responded, drawing the attacks while the alien starship behind them powered its engines for the first time. Slowly, the ship lifted from the docks, responding to the humans' commands. Shields flared, engines hummed, and the ship seemed to stretch, almost alive like a giant awakening. Alara smiled as she activated the ship's partial weapon systems. "Let's show them what humans can do when underestimated." The humans used the ship's unknown technology in ways the aliens could not predict. They manipulated gravity fields to divert energy blasts, rerouted power to reinforce shields on the fly, and used stealth systems to confuse enemy targeting. The aliens, despite their superior numbers, struggled to anticipate human creativity. Rylan watched the screens, breathless. They're not prepared for this. Humans are unpredictable," Alara nodded. "And that's exactly the advantage. Alien strategy relies on predictability. Humans aren't predictable. We adapt, improvise, and strike where it hurts most." By the time the alien fleet retreated, humanity had survived. The Starship had proven itself partially operational, its systems responding perfectly to human guidance. That night, as Earth's orbital lights reflected off the Starship's hull, Myra approached Alara. "Captain, we did it. Against all odds, the ship listens to us. It's ours." Alara placed a hand on the railing, staring at the slowly pulsing glow of the alien ship. "It's never been anyone's before, and it will never belong to anyone but humans. We've taken what others discarded and we've made it ours. This is just the beginning." Humans had not only survived, They had learned, adapted, and grown stronger. The Starship was awakening, and so was the galaxy's realization. Humanity was no longer weak. The next stage of their journey promised even greater challenges, but Alara knew the crew was ready. The abandoned Starship was becoming more than a vessel. It was a symbol of human ingenuity, courage, and persistence. Months had passed since humanity first discovered the abandoned Starship. Under the guidance of Captain Alara Voss and her team, the ship had slowly come to life. Its massive engines hummed with energy, its shields glowed like liquid light, and the corridors now moved with a quiet intelligence. Where others had seen decay and danger, humans had seen opportunity, and they had grasped it with their signature persistence. The alien fleets that had once dismissed humanity as weak now watched nervously from a distance. Reports had reached every corner of known space. Humans were tampering with a ship no one else dared touch, and it was awakening. Alara stood on the bridge of the Starship, which now floated proudly in orbit above Earth. The viewports stretched across the vast bridge, showing the curvature of the planet below and the stars beyond. The ship's systems responded to every command, not as tools, but as partners. "We've done it," said Ryland, staring at the energy readouts. "Core systems are stable. Shields, engines, weapons, everything is online. She's fully operational." Alara allowed herself a rare smile. "We didn't just fix her, we've mastered her. And now the galaxy is about to learn what humans can do." The first test of true power came sooner than expected. Alien scouts, small, fast vessels, appeared on the edge of the system, likely observing from a safe distance. They had learned slowly that humans were no longer the weak species they once dismissed. Their goal was to gauge humanity's progress. "Captain," Myra said from the engineering station, "they're scanning us. They know we've activated the ship. If they detect the weapons systems online, it could trigger a full attack." Alara's green eyes glimmered with determination. "Then we make sure they never get the chance. Prepare the ship for a demonstration, not just of power, but of strategy. Humans fight smart, not just hard." The Starship shifted slightly, engines sparking to life with a quiet roar that filled the bridge. Energy pulses ran along the hull, signaling readiness. The alien scouts drew closer, curious but cautious. Ryland monitored the approaching ships. "They're expecting intimidation. Maybe brute force. They won't expect what we have planned." Alara's plan was simple but bold. Use the ship's full capabilities not to destroy, but to show unmatched intelligence and precision. Using advanced navigation systems, they positioned the Starship between the scouts and Earth, creating a calculated trap. The alien vessels fired, energy beams lancing toward the Starship. Shields flared and absorbed the impact with ease. The humans responded with precision countermeasures, gravity field distortions, energy diversions, and decoy signals. The aliens had never encountered such adaptability. Inside the ship, Myra worked frantically with her team. "Captain, the weapon arrays are operational, but we haven't tested them. We could disable their engines, stop them completely without destroying them." Alara nodded. "That's exactly what we'll do. Show them humans aren't reckless, they're precise. Strike only where necessary, but strike decisively." With a flick of a switch, the alien scouts suddenly found themselves immobilized. Their engines jammed, systems overloaded, and communications blocked. The humans had disabled the ships without a single casualty. Ryland stared at the screens, astonished. They can't move, not a single weapon fired, they're completely neutralized." Alara's smile widened. "Exactly. Power isn't just about destruction. Power is about control, strategy, and foresight. Let this be the first lesson." The alien scouts transmitted a message, almost pleading. Humanity had proven it could command technology far beyond what any species had dared touch. Humans had turned fear into mastery. Word of humanity's accomplishment spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Alien civilizations that once mocked humans began to reconsider their assumptions. In every council chamber, one question echoed: how did a young species achieve mastery over a vessel no one else could? Meanwhile, on Earth, the human leaders met with Captain Alara Voss to discuss the next step. "The galaxy will react," said Admiral Keen. "They may come in force if we keep this ship operational. Are we ready for war?" Alara shook her head. "We don't need war. We need to prove that humans are not just strong, they're smart. Strength comes from knowledge, adaptation, and courage. The ship is our proof. If they attack, they'll learn the consequences. If they respect us, we'll gain allies instead of enemies." The humans spent weeks refining the ship's systems. Propulsion was upgraded to near-light speed, allowing instant movement across the solar system. Defensive shields became adaptive, learning from every attack. Weapons systems were enhanced to disable enemy ships with surgical precision, leaving populations untouched. The ship was no longer just a weapon. It was the ultimate symbol of human ingenuity. Then came the real test. A coalition of alien fleets, those who had once dismissed humans, launched a coordinated attack. Their numbers were overwhelming, a flotilla of warships designed for conquest. Earth's defenses alone could not stop them. Alara remained calm on the bridge. "We anticipated this. Humanity doesn't rely on strength alone. Strategy is our weapon. Prepare the ship for full deployment. Rylan, execute the plan we discussed." The humans moved like a well-oiled machine. The Starship's sensors identified weak points in the enemy formation. Gravity fields were deployed to disrupt their maneuvers, energy diversions confused targeting systems, and stealth modules allowed the humans to strike where the enemy least expected. Myra watched in awe as the alien fleet faltered. They can't coordinate. Every move we predicted we controlled. Captain, this is incredible." Alara's voice rang out over the intercom. "Humans don't just survive chaos, we create order in it. Watch and learn." The humans disabled the lead alien warships first, their systems failing under precise electromagnetic pulses. Then, the secondary vessels were neutralized with energy nets that rendered propulsion and weapons inoperative. The aliens had expected a fight. They got a lesson in human intelligence. By the end of the battle, the entire coalition fleet lay immobilized, unable to escape or attack. The humans had emerged victorious with 0 casualties. As the dust of space settled, Captain Alara addressed her crew. "Look at what we've done. We took what no one wanted. We rebuilt it, mastered it, and showed the galaxy what humans can achieve. The ship is not just ours. It's a testament to our ingenuity, courage, and persistence." Rylan grinned. "They'll think twice before underestimating humans again." Myra added softly, "This is more than a ship. It's proof that humans are capable of things no one else dared to try. We've changed the game." Alara's gaze swept across the bridge. "Exactly. And we're just getting started. Humanity has waited long enough to show its strength. We don't just survive, we thrive. We adapt, we master. And now no one can ignore us." In the months that followed, the Starship became humanity's flagship, a symbol of hope and power. Scientists continued to unlock its secrets, combining alien technology with human innovation. The ship's influence extended far beyond Earth, becoming a beacon of human achievement in the galaxy. Alien civilizations approached cautiously, some seeking alliances, others negotiating peace. Humanity, for the first time, was no longer a species to be dismissed. It had turned fear and abandonment into triumph and recognition. Captain Alara Voss stood on the bridge one evening, watching a distant nebulous shimmer in the void. The ship's systems hummed with life, responding to every human command. She smiled faintly. "No one wanted her," she whispered. "But we did, and now no one can ignore us." The abandoned Starship, once a relic of fear and neglect, had become the ultimate power in the galaxy. And humanity had done what it always did best: turned the impossible into reality, proving that even the weakest could rise to greatness when guided by courage, ingenuity, and determination. The galaxy would never see humans the same way again.